a lion cub, a giant python, and a lone gorilla. What began as a playful chase nearly ended in tragedy. But just as the grass swallowed the cries of the helpless cub, an unexpected figure emerged from the acacia trees. What happened next stunned even the most seasoned rangers. Why did the lion pride turn on the one who had just saved their own? What truly unfolded in that hidden corner of the wild? This is a story of instinct, mercy, and something far more profound. The grasslands stretched endlessly beneath the golden daylight, waves of green rippling in the breeze. Acacia trees dotted the horizon like watchful sentinels, their flat tops silhouetted against the sky. It was a peaceful day in the sanctuary, a haven seemingly untouched by time. Near a shallow dip in the land, a young lion cub leapt after a grasshopper, swiping playfully at the air with clumsy paws. Its golden fur was ruffled by the wind, its movements full of the innocence of youth. The cub had wandered just beyond the safety of its pride, chasing the tiny insect into taller grass. Nearby, the male lion and a lioness dozed in the shade of an acacia, their eyes half closed in the drowsy heat. But not far beneath the waving blades of grass, something else was moving, silent, deliberate. A massive python, thick as a man's thigh and twice the length of the cub, glided forward, scales glinting subtly in the sun. It was waiting. The lion cub, still lost in its game, pounced again, and in that moment, the python struck. The great serpent's coils snapped around the cub in an instant, crushing and unrelenting. The cub let out a piercing yelp that shattered the quiet. The male lion's head shot up. The lioness was already standing, muscles tense, ears straining. Their low growls grew into thunderous roars as they rushed toward the sound. But when they reached the thrashing mass, they froze. The python's grip was too tight, its body too close to the cub. One wrong move could cost the cub its life. The parents snarled and circled, but they couldn't act without risk. The cub writhed helplessly, cries growing weaker with each passing second. The python only squeezed tighter. From the shadows of the nearby acacia grove, someone was watching. Bakery, an aging silverback gorilla, stood at the edge of the trees. Once the leader of a proud troop, he had lived in solitude since his group had been relocated by human conservationists. He had known many quiet days, but not this one. He had heard the cub's cries. Stepping from the trees, Bakery moved with deliberate speed, the sun blazing across his broad back. As he closed the distance, his pace quickened. His chest rose, his fists pounded. With a deep roar, he charged into the scene. The lions snarled in shock. The python didn't react. It was focused only on its prey. Bakery lunged. With the power only a silverback could possess, he gripped the serpent's muscular body and pulled. The python thrashed in resistance, its head snapping toward this new attacker, but Bakery didn't let go. Muscles trembled, veins stood out in his arms, and inch by inch, the coils began to loosen. At last, the lion cub slipped free, alive, barely breathing. The python hissed and struck out once more, its fangs grazing Bakery's shoulder. He staggered, but did not fall. The serpent, defeated, slithered off into the grass and vanished. Bakery stood motionless between the lions and the now freed cub. The male lion took a step forward. The lioness growled low. Bakery met their eyes but did not stay. He turned, walked calmly back toward the acacia grove, and disappeared among the trees. Kilometers away, Rangers Daniel and Tar were patrolling the sanctuary's perimeter. They heard the roars, urgent, uneven. Not the rhythm of a hunt, but something else entirely. They turned off the path and drove toward the noise. When they crested a ridge, they stopped, stunned. Below them, a lion cub lay in the grass, panting weakly. Nearby, the lioness and male lion stood guard, their eyes locked on a slithering figure disappearing into the underbrush. A python. And walking away, silent and steady, was a silverback gorilla. "Is that a gorilla?" Daniel asked, barely audible. Tar nodded, speechless. Bakery paused once at the edge of the grove, his eyes meeting Daniel's, and then he vanished into the trees. As the rangers approached, the lions backed off, forming a wary circle around the cub. Daniel knelt beside it, alive, breathing, barely. Tar radioed for backup, saying only, "You're not going to believe this." Back at base that night, the rangers shared what they had seen. Some laughed, others doubted, but the evidence was there. Great gorilla footprints, disturbed earth, torn grass, the winding trail of a massive snake, and a rescued lion cub recovering under close watch. In the days that followed, the cub regained strength. It returned to its playful ways, but never again wandered far from its pride. The lions were more vigilant now, more protective, and Bakery, he was never seen again. But word spread quickly through the sanctuary. The staff began calling him the Guardian. Visitors listened with wide eyes. Locals called it a sign, a reminder that the wild still held mysteries we were only beginning to understand. Some believed Bakery hadn't disappeared at all, that somewhere out in the grasslands, a quiet protector still watched. And so, the sun rose again over tranquil fields. A lion cub played beneath the golden light. But the land remembered. It remembered the moment when instinct gave way to compassion. When a gorilla, with no stake in the fight, stepped forward to act, not for glory, not for dominance, but for mercy. In the untamed wild, governed by survival and strength, something extraordinary had happened. It defied nature's rules, and in doing so, rewrote them. A lion cub, a python, a gorilla, a story not of power, but of heart.